Hello, everybody. Louis Farm Guy here with, again, another bonus mod release for Saturday, February 5th. This is the Fila Grassland equipment by VertexDezign FT MadMax rafftnix. It will fill your memory an extra 43.50 megabytes. And we have, well, 5 items in this pack. It's a grass working pack. So, I mean, you get 5 pieces of equipment for that 43.5 megabytes. And we'll go through them kind of one at a time. But you get a tedder, a couple of mowers, a front mower, and a rear side mower, and a couple of windrowers. Now I have these. I have had these working in the field. One of them is not worker. You can't hire a worker with this windrower here. We'll explain. This one's a little bit of an odd bird. I don't know if I've been able to really figure out, but we'll show you what it does, and then you can let you decide. So first of all, the tedder. Now, you can find these. Let's go through it the old-fashioned way. Tedder is here, the Fila tedder, Sanos 8608DN, $16,000, so not exorbitantly priced. 95 horsepower rated, 8.6 meters spread, so it's a fairly nice wide spread. Equipment is lights is actually, yes, signal lights. And wheel, steering wheel, it's just puts that little extra wheel at the front, adds a little bit of weight, and that's it for your options. Now, the mowers. As I said, there's a couple of them. There's the front mower, which is a 3-meter spread, works at 13 miles per hour, and the lights, it's just the signs, just the warning signs at the front. And then the rear mower, 22,000, 13 miles, 3.6 meters. And also, the front mower says 75 horsepower, and the rear is 95. Again, not just basically a tail light with a sign is the option. All right, moving on to the windrowers. Windrowers, you will find in windrowers, and there we are. At the end, 20,000 for the little guy, no options. In the big, 10 miles per hour, 45 horsepower. So that one's pretty light on the horsepower requirement. This one, 130 horsepower, a little bit more. I would recommend at least 130, maybe 150 to run this. 14 meters wide. It's quite large. 11 miles per hour. No options on this one except for a license plate. All right, so yes, so shall we go out in the field? So here's the mower. I have actually, you can have them on separately or put them together. I got them on this little New Holland, a small tractor. This one I have, they're all 125 horsepower. And the Kloss is at 145 horsepower. We'll show you that with the other. That's why I suggested I got that on the big windrower. It seems to struggle a bit with it. So there is a swath dropping option for this rear mower. As you can see, if you press L3 with your R1 pressed, it will tuck it in a little bit. It's not a significant difference. Let's set the worker off on here so you can see that. He has no problem whatsoever adapting to the 2 mowers being on there. I have had him mowing this field with that. This is a planted grass field, not a meadow. They won't work on a meadow. So you see, he's very careful to get every little bit. He or she, well, I guess it could be a she. He or she. It is a he this time. And then he drops the other mower, and he carries on. So he does a very good job. It is that is what it's like. Let's stop him for a second here. We'll just change that to widespread, and we'll show you kind of the difference. As I said, not a whole lot difference, just a slightly wider. So the swath dropping doesn't really change a whole lot that I can see. All right. The tedder. Here is the let's see the send us the tedder, the one tedder that came with it. Options for this. There isn't. Oh yes, there is the. It says work mode centered, but that's, you can't change that. That I can see. Turn on tedder. Yeah, fold it lower. Folding. Yes, holding. I'll show you that. Folding. Unfolding. Yeah, it just has a centered. It doesn't have. Well, I mean, yeah. Work mode centered. Well, let's get the worker. The worker will, this one, the worker will use it as well. As you can see, the worker is going, off he goes. Does a very nice job. No problems, no incidents or accidents with a worker using that. Moving on, let's do this one first, because the last one is the one that was a little. So here's the 145 horsepower. That tedder, that windrower, that's the big one here, rated at 130, right? And this is a 145 horsepower tractor. Get the worker on it. A worker will work this. He's supposed to go at 11 miles per hour. It's taken him a hot minute to get up to that 11 miles per hour. There we go. So, I tried doing the fast farm trick with this, and I think it works, but you're going to need a much more powerful tractor than 145 horsepower to do anything with that. It may or may not. Yes, just just so you know, if you get something that's a little bit, yeah, I would probably go with 200 horsepower with this piece of equipment. It's just big and it seems to suck a lot of power. All right. Now, let's get this out, turn this around, and get this lined up here, because this one's an interesting piece. I'll save this for last because, as you can see, it's got this back piece is kind of like on a, it's movable. So how do I explain this? This is it's a windrower, but it has an interesting, some interesting work modes. So let's go to centered. So it's set on centered, so it's gonna align like that. You turn it on and you lower it, and if you go along, it's going to. Sorry, there we go. Now it's lowered. It's going to basically follow directly behind your tractor and push the grass basically to the right, as you expect, on a very narrow Well, a very narrow swath that it's just moving over, so it's kind of just following behind in the centered mode. Now let's lift it up and let's toggle that work mode to right side. So as we go forward, you see that now uh, it's shifted to the right. So if we lower it, now it takes a much larger swath, shall we say, and shifts it over to the right, which I would say is a preferred. Now, a worker, I have no higher worker option for this. This is a manually operated piece of equipment, strictly only. All right, so lift it up and turn it off. All right, now the next one is a bit puzzling to me. Left side. See now that front piece, that little this little piece here drops down. It was up before on those two other modes. Now it drops down, and it goes this way, and I'm not sure what. So now it's going to shift over this way, and as we drop it, I don't see how this is a left side. Anyways, I'll show you what it does. And now, so now if we go this way, that swath has kind of shifted. The back piece has gone to the left, and now it's doing that. So yeah, I'm not sure. I guess so. So we'll go to the end and we'll turn around and we'll come back. I'm just trying to figure out what purpose that would. Is it so you can? Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna lift this and I'm gonna go back. Now is that so you can pile it all in the? No, I don't get it. It's just making two smaller piles now. Yeah, if anyone knows what that work mode is really, yeah, okay. I thought it was supposed to make it in a bigger pile, but this is basically splitting everything up into two smaller piles. Maybe that's the purpose. I'm not sure. Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, let's go back. Yes. So, as far as I could, I mean, they all work. Nothing. There's isn't any problems. They all work as they should. The workers work the ones that they should work pretty good. This one maybe you might need a bigger horsepower tractor than what it is rated at. This one's a bit of a funny bird, but I mean, it works. And the mowers work fine, and the tedder works perfectly. So that's the Fila Grassland equipment by VertexDezign, FT, MadMax, and rafftnix. 43.5 megabytes to download. Yeah, it's a nice little grass. If you like Grassland, it's probably a nice little addition to your arsenal of Grassland work. I'm Looney Farm Guy, and just remember, it's only a game, so have fun, and have fun with this new Grassland stuff. Till next time, bye for now.